It's the time to get down.
Hey, you guys ready for some talk about marijuana? It's time! Oh, marijuana for dummies! Thank you. I don't really like that title, but you know, it's catchy. But
don't like it either.
It's not just dummies. A lot of very intelligent people using marijuana out there. And that's probably why they're intelligent. No. Anyway, as part of the show, I know I always forget, but I'm supposed to tell you what I'm smoking. And, you know, I'm smoking the Canasultra OG by Lorax. This is what happens when you go to the white dispensaries on the west side of town.
What you trying to say, man?
There's a difference in the price and the labeling. I'm just telling you. Not saying better or worse, but this one had a big sign that they had won the High Times, one of the awards at the High Times Cannabis Cup. And some of you know that I went to the Cannabis Cup previously in Amsterdam. So I know about the Cannabis Cup, so I went there. And so it was interesting. That's another show. But this is the Canasultra OG by Lorax. And it's supposed to be in indica. Okay, you know, normally I say have a hybrid in the morning. Because if you have an indica in the morning, a bunch of you going back to bed. See?
Wow.
I want you to be productive.
Wow.
I want you to be productive.
Wow.
I'm just saying. You get up, you can't. Morning highs are wonderful. Getting up, having a little smoke and a cup of coffee, they can see me do it a bunch of times for the shows and stuff. It's a wonderful thing, but you need to be cautious more about what you're smoking. And I'm suggesting to most people, and I got to do a reminder because they're having more teens show up in the ER with marijuana. But they're usually mixing stuff too. I'm just saying, people, the weed today is very strong. You need to watch what you're doing, even if you're drinking as little as a glass of wine or a beer with it. You know, you just need to be cognizant of the fact that the weed is so strong. And people are doing edibles in large amounts, and a bunch of them that sneaks up on you slower, and all of a sudden you're like stoned.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not necessarily embracing that experiencing for people, you know, because when you're dealing with stuff like spinal stenosis, which I have, and some of the other physical things, often you're just seeking a little level of comfort.
Right.
So you don't want to be stoned. You know, like, you know, boing, you know. In that case, I suggest you start slow, Vic. I tell everybody, read the instructions, especially on the edibles. Pay attention to the amounts.
Right.
If they're going to have a little bit, then a little more, wait like half an hour.
I'm going to make a suggestion, Mark, because I think he's going to be good at this. We're going to have a byline right underneath Marijuana for Dummies and call it the miseducation of marijuana. And then while you're doing that, that's
why he's my partner.
Okay.
See, that's why. Where's my pen?
Wait a minute.
With the miseducation, that's the kind of shit. I'm testifying here. This is the kind of shit Victor comes up with on the fly. That's why I get the pen. The miseducation of marijuana. He always comes up with shit. And I notice it. Don't get by me.
And what you need to do, if you really want to drive this on a casual level, on your active video streaming blog or points, you put the daily tip of information that people can follow. So when it builds up to this show, man, you already have it.
You see that wonderful idea? You heard it live. Unscripted.
But that's an easy one.
And the thing about it, you can do it too, right? Relative to whatever you're talking about, right?
Well, yeah.
I mean, not you. I mean, I'm talking about to the audience.
Absolutely.
They could do stuff. In other words, it's a thing to do about the stuff you're talking about.
I think when people start giving you their own experiences, it's not about always being right. It's about finding out, does the information work for itself? And if you give it a place where you can say the tip for the day, because a lot of times, Mario, think about it. What's your favorite one of your favorite reality shows that you watch. Yeah, I can tell you which one
I'm
it is.
telling you guys.
Come on, okay.
I'm sad to admit it.
Wait a minute.
I watched that Hip Hop Atlanta.
Yeah. Now, do you only watch it?
I hate to watch. You know what? The women are fine.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Stay focused. Stay focused.
Okay.
Do you only watch it once a week?
I don't know how often. Late at night when my parents aren't home.
Do you binge watch sometime?
A couple. Yeah, I might watch a couple. Because then I watch Black Ink, that other one with the other.
So notice what you're saying.
Tattoo girls.
If you have something good, would you want to make somebody? Would you want to wait 6 days for something good? No.
No, but I'm old.
I tried to help you guys. Hey, you guys, I tried to give him some help. So
that's a wonderful thing. I should do it. Well, you know what? It's still a good idea. The only part that was hesitating is me thinking of doing a daily tip.
You don't
remember, we could do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever we want.
You just covered at least 3 or 4 different
tips.
Yes. And I said just spread it out. Just one. Don't elaborate it, man.
Because see how we work out the shit.
Yeah, don't do it that way.
What Vic and I love to show you is the process of doing what we do. And people say, well, so when you wonder why we aren't that, that's because we're this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's already you know what? I'm going to say this because this is what usually, and I know a lot of young people know this. Your parents want to download everything. When they come up with a speech and they want to talk to you about one subject, notice they all start, it's like a train. They start putting everything on it and you're going, and you hear the kids go, okay, Mom, I got it. Okay, Pops, I got it. Because you start doing all the feeds. All you got to do is give them one.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. I'm trying to tell you how not to mess up smoking weed.
See?
Damn.
So wait a minute.
Simplify. You just do it too much. You're not reading the directions.
Don't do an oratory.
Jeez.
Don't do an oratory because it's tons of information.
Yeah, I have to give you information about how to get high responsibly.
Watch this. Let me tell you why it's going to be easy. Ask him how many posts he does a day on Facebook. Just trade off one of those posts for a daily tip.
I do a lot of posts, though.
So why would this be hard?
It shouldn't be hard.
Right.
It's a matter of mind over whatever.
Right.
It's getting. That's why now you understand why we have so much output. So I did write it down. The Miseducation of Marijuana.
There you go.
Blog, I hate that word. Tip for the day.
And look, wherever you post your video, embed, you know you're going to have to link something because that video coincides with that single posting, man, because that's what you want.
That's a good thing.
All right.
See how we come up with shows? This is how we come up with shows. How we come up with it. That's masterful. So insightful.
You know, everybody's going to sit back and say, I think they were doing that 10 years ago.
All the weed smokers are going like, yeah, Mario, yeah.
Right. Of course, I love the education. I don't smoke, but I love the education about it because on the other side.
Don't drink.
Yeah, I don't smoke, I don't drink.
He's a designated driver all the damn time. He's like the designated driver forever. Might as well get him a shirt.
That's cold, man. That's just wrong.
You have those friends, you know you abuse them. You abuse your friends who don't get high.
Oh, that's cold.
They just are always driving. At least I hope they get some gas money out of y'all.
Yeah, that's
anyway.
wrong.
So, on the way, just one last thing. New studies, Gallup polls came out about the usage of marijuana and the popularity in adults, which of course is on the rise. Like, is that news? Right. But it's on the rise, but they're documenting it on the rise, and that's one of the things, okay? And they said along with different attitudes, all right? 45% of adults in the U.S. have used marijuana at least once. And while that doesn't seem, when they say just one time, doesn't necessarily say much, it's just that the facts that they're willing to admit it. This is the all-time highest percentage in the history of the Gallup poll, asking the question.
Wow.
So that's the highest, that's 45%. Now, they said 12%, 1 in 8, said they are regular users.
Okay.
1 in 8, 12%. That's up from 7%. That's almost double.
Yeah.
So I just want you guys to know you're smoking more. So again, we want you to be more responsible. That's the theme for today's marijuana. Because you're not a dummy, but you're not reading the instructions. The cookie is four doses, and you eating 3 cookies and swashing it down with a couple of beers. Okay, you're wondering why the room is spinning. You're wondering why you know, you feel like shit. Anyway, love you for that, you guys. Get a wonderful Dummies!